What up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're back.
What's up? It's Vance and Draw.
We're back and better than ever. You know what's not back?
What's that, Chief?
Concord.
What?
It's not
Yo,
back
your favorite game in the world?
of all time. It's not coming back. It's over. It's canceled. Finito.
Bruh. I heard from the grapevine that you were one of the first pre-orders. You know what I'm
Facts. And now I'm disappointed that I can never, you know what I'm saying,
saying?
have a
You were
character
about to run.
scream Jabam. Well,
That was gonna be the catchphrase of the decade.
facts. I was about to make Jabam a thing, by the way. Like I was about to like legitimately. For those who don't know, there's a character named Amari in there, and I don't know. She inexplicably exclaimed Jabam. I guess that was supposed to be like, the game. The Concord is a game that's like in some kind of like a future kind of space. I guess I don't know what you want to. I don't know what genre that is. Like kind of Star Wars, kind of I don't know, whatever. But yeah, she
Guardians
had
of the Galaxy,
Guardians of the
you
Galaxy
know.
is a better yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy is a better um comparison. But yeah, she had an exclamation that said Jabam. I'm assuming that it's spelled Jabam.
Yeah, it's hard to describe the aesthetic choices of Concord. I only describe it in my head as the Quirk Chungus style, like the millennial kind of vibe where it's like trying to be outrageously quirky on purpose to be a as part of their shtick or something like, and
Yeah.
they decided to like take that, bottle it up, and then present it in a game
Yes.
format. However, not only was it a game, it was also to be some kind of multimedia project because I believe that they
Yes.
made a short animated film,
Right.
and I think we looked at that, or you showed that to me a few days ago, and I mean, like maybe last week, and then we talked about how Concord was also going to have a short film segment
Hmm.
in an anthology project called Secret Level that's going
Yes.
to debut on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Sony was going to have this. The movie's coming out, because I saw the
Yeah. I
trailer.
think it's still coming out. Like I think that's still a thing.
Right.
That's still in play.
And there's like a few games, like over 10 games, from like I guess that Sony publishes,
Yeah.
and they each have a short film, and Concord is one of them.
So
Yeah. So
that
if it,
animation is gonna exist, but the game won't exist. It's kind of weird.
right, because then people are gonna be like, "Where's the game for this?" And it was deleted from existence, and that is one of the topics that we're gonna get into tonight because it's going to join a kind of exclusive club, apparently, of projects that are not just canceled but deleted from existence, nuked from orbit, from the corporate Borg.
Now,
Has
I'm gonna speak in ignorance here because I don't quite remember. But the last time I remember something getting nuked was the last Saints Row game or the Saints Row reboot. But I don't know if it was truly nuked. I think, and I might be wrong, that it was delisted. So if you have the game, you can play it. If you don't, if you want to get the game, you can't because it's no longer available for purchase.
Mhm.
I think. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Before I get into all of that, let me just say rounds of hellos to everybody. What's up to Alpha Proto Power? What's up? Mom Bear's here. Boom. Dante Crisis. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. So Concord. This is very peculiar because it came out on I believe August 23rd. It was a live shooter action game 5v5. Playing on teams. I believe. I'm not really big into live service games like that. I dabbled in my live service goes as far as dealing with Call of Duty Mobile that I can play on my iPad by connecting my PS4 controller, which is kind of one of the coolest things. And Helldivers 2. And I might have another game on the list. It's called Forever Winter, which looks freaking awesome, by the way. Y'all should go check it out. It's like a post-apocalypse game, kind of like Helldivers, except it's in the post-apocalypse. It looks real grim and gritty. And the guys who are making it, they made this whole statement while he's talking with a post-apocalyptic mask in graphics about how he's tired of microtransactions and this, that, and the third. And they got the whole bunch of developers from around different companies that wanted to band up and make this cool game that is reminiscent of like 90s grit. And I'm like, take my money? Like it is only going to sell for like $27 and that's coming out later this month. I will buy it and I will probably make my brother-in-law and my sister play it with me. But anyway, Concord. Uh this is weird. It came out 2 weeks ago and it's just done now because nobody's playing it. I checked before
Yeah.
I hopped on and there were 47 people on. I'm not sure how the matchmaking goes if you have to have it equal, like 5 players versus 5 players. If that's true and it's locked to that, that means there were 4 games on the entire planet on Steam going on right now, and 7 people were just in the hood waiting to get a match for 3 more people to join up. I suppose.
It's kind of like a weird. It's got to be weird to still be one of the people that actually have the game and can still play it, because I assume that no new players can join in because
No,
they're not even selling the game anymore.
you want to know what's
S-
happening right now
Sure.
in the game? Apparently, so some people want to get all their trophies from the game before it gets nuked. So I guess one of the trophies is
Mhm.
falling out of the stage, maybe. So but there's a bunch of people just like going into the game and just like offering themselves by like throwing themselves out the stage. Like that's what's going on right now in Concord. Like it's so weird.
Yeah, somebody's probably streaming this on Steam as like some kind of
Oh,
entertainment, some random entertainment.
oh, they probably have like a million watchers right now.
Oh yeah, like on Twitch, it's got to be nuts. Like it's got to be like kind of funny. Like, and they're trying to play this game before it like collapses onto itself. Like, kind of like the never-ending story.
Yes.
Like they're just trying. The world is collapsing, and there's nothing they can do. And they're calling out to Sony, like the last was that when the emperor child empress saying, "Sony, save me, say my name," and they won't say it. They won't say Concord, bro.
They won't say. Speaking of
They won't
Sony,
say it.
I have the official statement right here that I'm going to read before I go on. This is from the PlayStation blog. An important update on Concord. This was on the 3rd, so yesterday. This was announced yesterday. Here we go. Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC and want to thank everyone who joined the journey aboard the North Star. I guess that's the ship. Uh, your support and passionate community and the passionate excuse me, sorry. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, we recognize other aspects of the game and our initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Well, therefore, at this time, we have decided to take the game offline beginning September 6th, 2024, and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. Explore options. What does that even mean? What, what do they explore? Okay.
Very interesting.
All right. We while we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately, and we will begin to offer full refund for all gamers who purchase the game on PS5 and PC. If you purchase the game on PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your original payment method. For customers who purchased from other digital storefronts, you will also be refunded. More information about the refunds from Steam and Epic can be found below, and they just give some details below of some basic refunding details for different outlets. The game go bye bye. The
Wow.
game go
But I mean, it costs $100 million to make,
correct.
and then I guess it's gonna cost I don't know how much money to maintain because it's a live service game that must. I guess they must pay into some kind of cloud service in order to keep the game going and running at all hours of the night. This is an issue that's going on a lot with these digital services, and I know in Hollywood this is what's going on. That's why they deleted Willow from Disney
Yeah,
Plus and they servers, and some other things too. Like I think Westworld from HBO. I guess they figured no one was really rewatching it, so they just decided to delete it and then license it on other platforms.
right.
That's not HBO Max, which is crazy because I think like when it first came out, it was like a critically acclaimed show, and now it's just like it's not good enough to be in the HBO archives along with The Sopranos and everything else.
Yikes.
And then you have the Batgirl, right? Batgirl.
What?
This thing didn't even come out.
What
They
background?
just put
Who? Where? Yeah. Yeah, it didn't even come out. You're right.
yeah,
It
it didn't
just
even come out. Period. They just like said, listen, this thing is not going to make money. We saw it, and we're just going to delete it. The directors of the movie,
uh-huh.
who are the directors of Bad Boys for Life and Bad Boys Ride or Die,
Yes.
Adil and Bilal,
Mhm.
they said that they once they heard that it was canceled in the press, they went to get a copy of the movie from the servers, like just download it for themselves,
Yes.
and it was deleted from the servers. So they don't even have a copy of their own movie.
I mean, that's kind of like what happened here. Like when I heard the news yesterday, and then you and I were talking, and then I went to go search it up, chat. Went to go search it on Steam, and it was just on the app,
Right.
on the Steam app. I think it actually still has a page in Steam through URL. But that's it.
Mhm.
I wonder what's going on the Steam URL right now.
Thing is, when you make a live service game, it's a lot. That's ambitious, right? I guess it's the most ambitious kind of video game project you can make because you have to assume that thousands of people are going to be playing this game at the same time to maintain your popularity, and you have to like update it constantly to keep people
Oh yeah,
engaged all
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Live service is not a joke because it's not finite.
Right. And you got to keep like the team or at least like a core group of people familiar with the game and programming the game for
Right.
updates and new scenarios and new storylines. You got to keep everybody involved. Usually when you make one game, a single player game or whatever, you can then the team can move on to the next project.
Yes.
So they got to keep these dudes like on a retainer or some kind of rotating payment basis, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And if it was just like a single player game, you wouldn't have to do any of that like extra stuff, like apologize and do this financial stuff. And it's just
I
like
mean,
everyone, you just make a game, and people didn't like it, they would just keep it in their house.
no.
Back in
Yeah.
back in
Sorry.
the
Go.
80s, Atari sold a bunch of bad ET video games, and
Yeah.
they didn't issue any apology
Like for
because
instance, also coming out this month, last month, excuse me, because August was the month of like L's for some reason, is everyone's favorite game, Dustborn, which I had to take, not had to, excuse me, I willingly took part in the stream for Makani, who was in the chat. Makani Draws. Y'all should go follow him, by the way. And he dared his subscribers, if they donated the equivalent amount of money to purchase the game, he would purchase the game and stream it. Unfortunately for him, they took him by his word, and They donated $30, which is what the game cost, and he streamed it, and I was there for a little bit of it. The game's boring, by the way, y'all. Just in case y'all want to know, it's like, and if y'all don't know about Dustborn, it's literally a 100% propaganda game. It's like it's really ridiculous. Uh,
But it's unapologetic about it though. Like it was made
yeah, it
to
was.
be that
Yeah, it was
way.
made to
Like
be
it's
that
not
way. I mean, it was
not like
funded.
some
It was funded by the EU government, so it's like what you know.
right. It's like, I mean, what do you expect? But it was no bait and switch. It's like you play in the game, you know what you're getting into. So it's like,
Right. But I mean, even that game too. That game debuted at 83 players worldwide.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a single player game, you know. So
Right.
so they can
Yes.
keep that on indefinitely. It doesn't matter how low it sells. It's not going to cost them server. Uh, you know, I don't know what you call that.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah. Well, let's go to the chat. Let's see what the people have to say.
okay, dokie. Oh, we got here. Yeah, Mom Bear's here. What's up? Hello, how you doing? It says people love watching a trash fire. We got so many from Dustmore. All right, I just mentioned that.
Well, it's also informative too. It's not like just it's not some roastathon. It's like very strange because like they yanked this thing, and in some weird way, it is a game that's getting roasted. You know what I'm saying? Like for the
Yeah,
aesthetics, for everything that it is. But it's also like, can you really delete something that's part of internet history? Like, and it's, I mean, I guess you can if it's a
you
live service
can
game because
delete
if
it
no,
if it's part of playable history because it's no longer playable.
it's true. I guess it exists in some kind of in YouTube playthroughs from, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's how it'll exist from here on in. There'll be no floating copies of it on a disc somewhere. It just
Well,
was here, and
apparently people are selling the disc of the hard copies for
oh,
PS5.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
they're
should.
oh,
Somebody was trying to
they're
sell it on eBay,
they're bootlegging Concord. Like,
but it's funny because it's like it's just for memorabilia purposes because you can't
yeah,
do
it's gotta
anything
be
with it.
sweet.
Like what happens when you
Oh,
put it in your PS5?
I don't know, man.
It just stays on the title screen. Like like what even happens? Makity says just finished the flats on Baz. We'll begin rendering. Yeah, so I I did a redraw of Amari from I guess that's how you pronounce her name. Which kind of did well on Twitter. I don't know, people liked it. I'll show you guys in a bit. Maki did one as well, and he also did a Baz. I'm not touching that one. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Uh, for Proto says, if you make a live service game, make sure not to charge people $40 to get in. If you make a live, it's funny though because Helldivers 2 was live service,
mhm.
but wait, that's a misrepresentation because you can actually play Helldivers 2 by yourself if you want to because it's a co-op game, not a you know what they call that PvP
Mhm.
play versus play is it's Helldivers is like PvE, so I guess that's a little different. I shouldn't made that comparison. Uh, Homer says Sean had to. We need CFS Nation to duct tape him on the chair during the stream. Yeah, so when I was on the stream with Maki, I'm about to put him on blast right now. My man was talking in the beginning of the stream. He did not want to press that start button to play Dustborn. I was like, yo, bro, start the game, bro. Start the game. We need to
It
see
gives the
it.
people what they want.
We here to see the cringiest. I will go ahead and say this. I haven't physically played both of these games, but I don't know, man. Dustborn look a little more cringe than Concord, because at least Concord had like it had like upfront action.
Well, I mean, you already said that Dustborn was a political game. Like
Yes,
it was an activist game on purpose.
yeah,
So immediately it's gonna have a less of a mainstream appeal. Let's just put it that way.
yeah. And what little gameplay it had looked really bare bones. It looked like I'm gonna have
It
to
probably didn't cost that much to make if you think about it. Like, and
probably
you said
not.
that before. And you said before they were like swiping Grand Theft Auto
Oh yeah,
uh,
assets.
assets and stuff. Although it's like, what do they resell those assets? Did like Rockstar sell old assets from Grand Theft Auto
Maybe,
games?
maybe.
They just bought it to make their game. Well, if that's the case, then I guess it's a cost conscious game. Like,
I'll say apparently 1.3 million to make Concord estimated. I mean,
pretty
sorry, not
expensive.
Concord, not Concord. Dustborn, excuse me.
That's,
Yeah,
well, certainly less than $100 million.
yeah.
Although, and and they got that money from the EU or a chunk of it. So it's like,
They got a little chunk of that for the EU, from the
so they're
taxpayers,
right.
for the taxpayers.
Makini Draw says, I was not stalling. I was trying to make a point, and I stand by Dustborn as worse designs compared to Concord. Possibly so.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. Matter of fact, hold on, give me a second.
By the way, Dante Crisis says, let's be fair here. Games funded by governments is nothing new. Poland funds a lot of games made by CD Projekt and I guess CD Projekt Red. And the U.S. military funds a lot of Call of Duty games.
I mean, honest, Call of Duty, that's obvious, but
I didn't know that the military. I guess maybe I'll take his word for it.
I actually feel like
Definitely,
I
he
have
would
to.
know more than me. I feel like they get permission to use the things from the military, like any any kind of designs for like a tank or something, or like
Right.
any propaganda they want to shove in there. I didn't know they get like actual like funding from the government to make a video game. Which is weird because that franchise is so big. Why would they even need like taxpayer money for it? It's like having taxpayer money to pay for like some Star Wars stuff. But since the way Star Wars is going, they might need money from the military at this point. I mean, they might.
Right.
They might have like bailouts for like these corporations. You never know.
Can you
One of these
imagine?
days, it could happen. I mean, like if you think about it, the old Soviet Union, it was all under the umbrella of the government. They would fund the ballet, they would fund the theater, they would
Right.
give grants for people to make movies. Maybe that's how it's gonna roll. Who knows? He says EU, Norwegian government, and the taxpayers. Norwegian government, indeed. Yeah, So this
So
is the character showcase.
I would argue that these designs are worse than Dustborn to me, because I would say the reason saying Dustborn is like they're wearing clothes, like they're just wearing
Right.
clothes. They're tacky, but they're wearing clothes. Like I legitimately, as an artist, aesthetically, do not understand the choices. In fact, I feel like the one that throws me off the most is like what people wouldn't think about, and it's this character. I can't make a pointer. It's the character that's dead in the middle with the box helmet on.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. What is
Yeah.
going on? It's like it's a box helmet. It looks like, and it's funny if you guys have heard the video from this man named Jarrell. What's his name?
The son of
No,
Superman's father.
yeah, Superman's father. You know what I'm saying? No, I'll get you his YouTube, but he's been making
Marlon Brando?
yeah.
Kevin Costner? No, that was you mean Russell Crowe. Sorry. All right, Russell Crowe is Jor-El, right?
Yes, he was
He
actually.
was, yeah. Man of Steel. I don't think I think I might have just seen that movie like twice.
Really?
Yeah. I saw it once in the theater
Right.
way back when, and then I saw it again in preparation for the Snyder cut. I was watching that and then Batman v Superman and then the Snyder cut
Okay.
as a refresher or something. But otherwise, I don't know. It's just it's an interesting film, I guess.
Right. Oh, sorry, guys. Um,
So the design of the characters, so this character with the box helmet, it's like the box they put the Funko Pop dolls in, with the
yeah, I don't get it. I don't
cellophane
understand.
inside.
I don't understand what the tubes on the chest are. Like, why does it
Yeah,
look like rolled up intestines? I don't understand the color. I don't understand the cream on teal on orange.
right. I'm
I
thinking like it was like, I don't know, they're going for like the Wedge Antilles look from Star Wars, the dude in the the X-wing fighter. Like that's the colors of like, the pilots in Star Wars, that
right.
orange thing with the whatever contraption in the front. I think that's the vibe they were going for. And then
Sure.
like I don't know. I can only guess.
Well, it's funny what somebody and the YouTube page I'm talking about is Sun Grand Studios. The man who runs the page is his name is Jarrell. Uh he's a funny guy actually. He's made like 3 videos on Concord, and 2 of them were based on the design cuz he designs characters himself. So he had a little game that he put out a while ago, right? And he did something that it's funny. It made me think about as an artist that we do naturally, but I didn't really identify it. He took a bunch of the Concord characters and he grayscaled them. And then he was said all the designs are flat. And the reason he said that is I don't know if you could tell from here, but if you were to look at, let's say, Boxhead here or Amari, when you scale those, everything looks like one color because nothing is like chosen like dark on a darker scale or lighter scale from each other,
Right.
and it doesn't make it dynamic. And I was like, oh, interesting. But it's what is funny is I think I inherently do that when I make characters. Maybe not all the time, but I do to try to make sure there's like a contrast between light and dark so that something stands out. And it's funny, he went through all the Concord characters and they're all flat. Like all the characters are on the same like tonal scale. So that was actually interesting to learn about, or not really learn about, to have articulated of like what exactly I was doing when I like design. So
Hmm.
that was actually a learning experience from Concord, which is funny. But yeah, I don't understand their design choices. They have a lot of now. I can't see it here because you kind of have to like go into like YouTube high res. But the graphics are really good. Everything is like foam padding, and I don't get it. Like I don't understand these bubbles. I don't. Uh, I'm very confused. I guess they will go for a look. I don't know what the look was. Somebody tried to say it was like 70s sci-fi or something, but
I believe so. I guess
yeah,
that's where like the Star Wars comparison comes from, especially the character in the middle.
right.
And I guess the rest is sort of like, I guess the what was it, Jabam, what was her name? The
MR.
Imari, right? It's
Right.
like it looks like Man at Arms from Masters of the Universe. You know Man at Arms?
Oh yeah, yes.
It's kind of giving me that vibe, like some kind of like guard from a castle in the hybrid sci-fi fantasy future or something. It's kind of giving me those vibes, but I
Right.
guess it is like a 70s kind of style. It's
That's
definitely influenced by like Guardians of the Galaxy, you
oh
know?
for sure, for certain.
Right.
And just to show the people in the chat, this is the Imari that I did super quick, which was this.
Right. So you were trying to I guess I don't know, put your money where your mouth is and see if you can
Yeah. And
try
apparently
and do a
I'm
redesign of this character.
I'm not the only one, apparently, because I just looked here on search on YouTube and there's a bunch of people trying it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because at
oh,
some point you have to say, listen, you could say this sucks and that sucks, but like, can you do better? Can you do anything?
yeah,
And here's the time to see if you can and see what the audience thinks about it.
yeah.
And it was well received, right?
Yeah, it was well
People
received
like,
on Twitter. I was shocked, actually. I was like, he's like, you guys like this? Oh, cool, thanks. So I legitimately, what I meant to articulate on Twitter, I drew it on the bus, as in I drew the line work on the bus. Yes, I did. The color I did when I got home, so it wasn't like fully on the bus, but like yeah, I had it drawn by the time I got it off the bus. Uh, I was taking the bus home.
So when you were doing this was like a what choices went into you making
So
this?
I figured, right? Now I know somebody gave some feedback and said, "Oh, she kind of lost like the that they liked the design, but it lost like the feeling of her being a tank character." And I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. I sacrifice some tankiness for femininity, I guess. But basically I wanted to still keep her and I'm today's going to be the showcase too, so I'm going to show if marketing if you have yours in
I
the
thought tomorrow
dish.
was the showcase.
Oh, I'm bugging. I'm truly bugging. It is Wednesday. Sorry. Okay, tomorrow. My bad. But I still wanted to. I figured like she's not like. It's funny looking at Amari. I know some people be like, "Oh yeah, she's like fat or something." It was like I didn't. I'm not reading that. I'm reading her as like a big muscle woman. So that's why I kind of like still try to give her like biceps there. Try to have like a Chung Li kind of leg muscle thing going on. So it's like she's got some she would have some weight behind her. Now obviously my version is not as beefy as as uh as Miss Amari Jabam over here, but it'd be funny if that was her last name. But yeah, that was what I wanted to. I just gave like muscle thighs. I gave her some biceps. I took that helmet off because I'm not gonna lie, there was nothing I could do with the helmet. There probably was, but I was on the bus and I couldn't think of it. Like this, like this literally, like this is spur of the moment, crap coming out of my head. So it's like it's not like it wasn't the most well thought out choices. It was just like whatever I had at the time. I took off that little flag in the back. I don't know what that was for. I was like, that could go.
That's the flag when that's the flag where you were in Super Mario when you like jump at the in the first level, like hit the flag and come down like a pole or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you
Do.
go. Get the points at the end
Yeah,
with the explosion.
exactly.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Now there's three colors going on. No, there's four colors going on in her outfit in the OG version. She's got she's got magenta. She's got the little yellow trimming. She's got mint green, and she's got some kind of I don't know what that is, like dust blue. As a matter of fact, guys, now that I'm here, I guess I could show you what Jarrell was talking about in his video, right? Saturation.
Before he sent General Zod into the Phantom Zone, he apparently critiqued some games here. Like,
Yeah, right. So this is what he was talking about. Like if you look at the OG character over there on the right, it's like everything is very samey, like color wise, and he felt it was a problem. But hold on, let me put that back to where it's supposed to be.
yeah, I get the point because it kind of looks like even when it's not colored,
Yeah,
it kind of has like a monotone to it.
yeah, it's just like
Even when it's colored, I mean, it has a
right.
monotone to it.
Yes,
You know,
right, exactly.
it kind of reminds me of like you ever go to like those hobby shops and they have models that you can color.
Mm,
You know, like you build a model and then it's basically black and white, and then you got to get paints to like paint it.
right.
It's like the old model kits, hobby kits. It feels like that. Like even in its colored form, like it's still like it's uncolored or something in some weird
Yeah,
way.
and like I feel like the vast majority of the Concord characters feel like that. But that was one part of the critique that
Like
I
it's very
found.
muted. Like the
Yeah.
saturation has been desaturated,
Now the
and
only thing I could say to for mine is that at least I feel like at least mine does have a contrast. Like the dark is dark and the light is light.
yeah.
Um,
Now it is interesting that a lot of these live service games like Overwatch and the like in Fortnite, they have like characters with bright colors.
right.
And I'm guessing because like younger people, they love colors. It's like
Yeah.
crack to their brain. So I'm surprised they didn't try to incorporate that into their game.
That well, funny you bring that up because the same guy did a video of Concord versus Overwatch and why Overwatch works and Concord didn't. It was like that's what the last past days have been an art lesson. Truly, excuse me, hiccups. Um, but yeah, I didn't incorporate that yellow. It's like it's mustard and mint green. I was just thrown off. What did I use? I kept her blue lipstick, and then I tried to incorporate the blue in other places, like the side of her belt and like her gun hilts or whatever. Uh, that I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the green I used.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I knew it had to be brighter, but
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. It's here. It kind of reminds me of like I don't know.
Green Lantern, but
Yeah,
not really. Like,
yeah, Green Lantern or like I don't know the green mutagen from the Ninja Turtles or something like.
the mutagen, yes.
Yeah, but you know, if I had wanted to make and also I would have pointed that right foot downward because it's kind of supposed to be off the ground, but it kind of looks weird. But I don't know. I'm just critiquing myself here. But yeah,
Alpha Prota says it's just a different character now.
yeah, 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 and that's why right here, y'all, I got your boy Daw. Okay, I know people
This is your
confused.
next masterpiece.
Yeah, my next
Skullface is here. I don't know if we shouted him out yet, but
what up? What up? What up?
welcome, Skullface. Power
Uh,
900 says digital art rights version is better. No green cheeseburgers over there. And she does look like a Green Lantern. She does look like a Green Lantern.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Flying
yeah. You
around
know
with
what?
some
Yeah,
wings.
you're right. I didn't even think about that. I mean, the tragedy of the sketch is that it's never going to be finished. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these were meant to be like, you know, and
Mama Bear says he's going from Daw to Dame.
no, it's funny because I was talking with Endymion about this. If y'all don't watch his channel's great. Um, about like because people so people on Twitter have been daring me and actually Makani was the first person to dare me to draw a doll, and I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I don't know what to do with this. Like his
No,
design
it's a lot of
is
commitment to to draw this like in an
it's
earnest
like
way.
but it's so there's nothing on it. Like I looked at it close up and I'm like
A big
there's
coat.
nothing going on.
It does. I do know what you're saying now about the characters. It kind of have the other colors kind of washed out.
Yes, it's just like
They're almost like an action figure that you like. I don't know, forgot about, and found it in the closet, and like 20 years later, and like it's kind of washed out, and I don't know the lead that was used to like make it. It's like
right.
discolored eyes after many years in the closet,
Yeah, I
in the attic. And yeah, it's like
you got this weird
I don't know.
tube coming out of nowhere. I don't know what to do with that. I'll be sketching
But
during.
so you're gonna give that a try.
Yeah, just a quick
Yeah.
try because the you know.
The weird part is it's like I guess they were going for like a different look because it looks like you're doing traditional like buff dude or something over here with
Now
a gun,
for the
which is fine.
buffness, I was wondering if he should. It's kind of weird because there's a lot of like sized characters in this game, like tank characters, like the other guy that I don't know, the fake Drax. I don't know who he is. Like that guy's size, and then Amari's size, and then so is Daw, I guess. But actually, well, okay, Amari and the Drax dude are probably in a tank category. I don't think Daw counts for a tank category. My man is just uh he hungry. That's it. I don't know what to. So I'm trying to figure out for my build if I should have him just like more. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go along.
No, strange. It's like this is like I guess the alternate bizarro world version of Concord that you're creating right here because it looks like the game that was you know that existed and was deleted the original game. It
Yes.
looks like they were going for like the opposite of like conventional Greek god aesthetics. Like
Right, right,
superhero.
right, right.
And I'm thinking, like, is there a version of that game that could have worked for a mass audience? Like, I would only think as if it was funny. Like they
A
actually had like a
comedy,
sense of
yes.
humor.
Yes.
Right. Like, like they hire like some comedy writers, you get like Jeff Ross, you get like, people who are funny to like write jokes for the game and
Right,
roast
right.
people, and then, Imari is just like, just y- roasting like people before they fight and all this.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like you hire like a comedy team to like put the words in their mouth, because like in a comedy, you don't want them looking like, WWE athletes, like, or like supermodels, like CSI. They have like all these like attractive people working at the police force in the real life. These nibbers ain't looking like that.
No. You know what's funny? You bring up comedy, but I think like the setting of Concord doesn't lend for comedy. Let me explain.
Well, not from that animated short you were showing me. It was like
Right.
they were taking that thing dead serious.
Right.
Like it was like Rebel Moon or something. Like, like no comedy evolved. Except
Like,
for, I guess, saying Jabam. That was like
yeah.
comedy part.
Haha, jabam. I think you know what lends for comedy? Helldivers. Helldivers is hilarious because it
Right.
starts off as wild satire, but it doesn't just the comedy doesn't stop there because the game knows that you the majority of your fight against these aliens is hopeless.
Mm.
And you have a four-man team and you guys are trying to work together, and the amount of like foolishness that can happen in that match is lends to the comedy. So it's like you're trying to do something like, oh, wait, I gotta hit this dial, and then like a freaking big bug comes to smash you, and you go ragdolling like 30 feet in the air. Like it's funny. Like I've seen so many like I've just looked up like hilarious Helldivers 2 matches, but since this game is a hero shooter's not really funny because you're trying to look like cool AF or something. So
Right, right.
it's not really funny. So, but what you're saying is like these designs would work if it was, I guess, a comedy. And
Well, lean into it, like, I don't know, like Spaceballs or something.
yeah,
Like John Candy was in it, and it was funny. Like, you need something. Like, you need a hook. Like, something has to work for any project.
right, 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 right,
So if it's not about, looking cool and badass, like, the First Descendant or one of those games
right,
that, Mecha Break or one of these new Korean shooters or something like that.
right,
It's like you gotta have something, you know what I mean? Like, it's like if you don't, it's like if you're not a 10 out of 10, like in the look department, you gotta like have a personality to like get you a date or something. You gotta have, the Riz, and have money or something that equalizes like the playing field. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
except it's sort of like they want us to celebrate their aesthetics um as good looking as a game like the First Ascendant or one of these
I
new
don't know. I don't really.
cool shooters, because I feel like it wasn't even kid friendly per se like Overwatch is.
Yeah.
It was kind of like going for like some of it is like it presented in some of the promo that I've seen, and then in the animated show you show me, it was like a little more serious minded.
Yes. That's why it was all over the place. It had no home. It had no home.
No,
It had no. I don't know.
it needed a home. It needed like a lane, and it needed to like stay in the lane.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild they canceled it. I mean, I guess it's just the way the world's going right now, because they're just shutting stuff down if it doesn't make money. I'm not sure where that point of no return happened, where studios said, now if you don't make the sales or something, we're gonna nuke you from existence. to
Well,
nuke your project from existence. Because
I
I guess
will.
that's what's going on right now. That's like you can make whatever you want, but if you don't make money, you're done. So like standards are being imposed right now.
I will say this. They had warnings, bro.
Oh yeah.
For years and years and years and years. People get on the
Coco
internet.
Artist is here. Oh, Coco Artist is here in the chat. What's up?
Say, "Oh, good morning from Finland. Hey, how you doing?"
Hey, Finland, what's going on? We're talking about Concord
Yep.
and the fact that they deleted it from the servers. Is this the first live service game that has ever been like deleted from the servers because of
Probably not.
low
I can't. I'd have to check
gamership?
on that. But I tell you what, I feel I might be wrong on this, but I feel like it's the first live service game to get nuked from servers in 2 weeks
Oh, for sure.
that had this much of a budget. Sony really sat down and was like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dog. Like this ain't gonna make money."
But I mean, wasn't that already like they couldn't see that when they were making this thing? Like it's not gonna make
I
money.
they thought it was gonna like have some kind of. I mean, you had some people saying, "Oh, I can't wait to play this," but I'm just like,
You know what it is? It's that there is everybody's a, can't make their. I guess I'm thinking like people in these corporate offices.
"Huh,
They can't make decisions with their own mind anymore, like their own tastes anymore.
uh
They're
huh,
so addicted to numbers and reports and algo and research from experts
yeah,
that some person probably walked into their office years ago when they made this project up. They probably walked into the office and said, "Hey, there's a bunch of TikTokers that love stuff like this."
mm,
And TikTok has, I don't know, billions of users. I don't know how many.
right."
And it's got, and you want to get the Gen Z audience, you got to let me make a game for them or something. And then they're like, well, okay, TikTok make money. So now game like TikTok make money or something. And then you have like, you know, this comes out after a while. Like they say, Star Wars make money, TikTok make money,
And they just
activism makes money or something like somehow. Like,
I don't know where they got that part
those
from. That's where they messed up.
through donos and stuff. I don't know what it. And then because it's on, you can get on Jimmy Fallon, saying you like, and then I don't know with your whole like, is you doing the right thing and all this stuff. So then they present this package to them, and they're like, okay, we'll do that.
Right.
But it's like a rigged research or something, But they'll believe it. Like I guess like if you present any package and like present a bunch of like statistics,
Hmm.
you can get something done. As long as you have it backed up by like some
Yeah.
phony baloney research. But back in the day, before all that stuff, they used to be like test audiences. Like you would like, get people in a room for a TV show and say, "Hey, watch this episode. Do you like it?" And they say, "No, I hate it." And then it'll just get buried in the in the cavern somewhere
Right.
in Southern California somewhere. It's buried in the ground, and you will never see like the pilot to some TV show ever again.
Now they just be using hope.
Yeah, first they use like I don't know, they get like algo, and some guy from Yale said it was okay, so they make the whole thing and then put it out there regardless because they can't trust their own eyeballs. They're just like, nah, this doesn't look right.
They
Weird. Coco artist says they use snake oil salesman. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I learned in this country, bro. Like, especially in America. I don't know how it is in Finland,
Mm,
but in America, running your mouth is the most. It's undervalued. I don't know. Like, it's like it is become the biggest, I guess,
commodity, like freaking
commodity, right, in society now. It's just like if you can talk without pausing, if you can deliver anything with spirit or gumption, boldly
mhm.
and directly, you can get a following, you can get a movie deal, you can do anything, bro, with almost anything. depending on like, because
Yo,
people love words, bro.
peep the power words. Check this out. They were so convinced about other people on a social media. I'm just using an example. They were so impressed by TikTokers running them out that they thought that that would translate into a game called Concord.
Right, right.
And
People
as
with,
Mom Bear saying right here, they counted on the modern audience. All right, so as
with the
of
funky haircuts, the Gen Z.
yeah, as of August 23rd, the entire planet has figured out that the modern audience consists of 697 people.
Right, because now they have actual like numbers and metrics they can't run away from.
Oh
Because
well, wait,
in the
sorry,
other,
it might be more. It might be more. Matter of fact, hold on, I got you because I think there was like some Concord achievement on PlayStation, and I think it reached about like 1,300. So if I take those 1,300, right?
yeah,
Let's do an estimate. I'm gonna be generous. Let's go with 1,400. 1,400. Uh, and then add that with 700. Yeah, so that's how many the modern audience. You know what I'm saying? Boy, modern audience is about like a little over 2,000 people.
yeah. See, the thing is with Steam, I guess, is that you can actually see
The
the
player
player
numbers.
count.
Yeah,
Yeah, the player number. But in all these other uh entertainment streaming services, for example, like in the movie industry, Netflix, Disney Plus, they just know their numbers.
yeah,
They just claim that everything's a hit, everything's going great, and then like the cancellation just comes out of nowhere one day.
right,
You know, they got their PR team saying it's a smash hit up until the day it gets canceled out of nowhere. But if the numbers are so great, they would tell you, like they always do. So when they don't tell you, it's pretty bad.
hmm.
But it is like a guessing game.
Right.
And thing with comics, there's no way to like tell what the sales are because they no longer have a sales chart. Ever since Diamond distributors went out of,
It's funny you don't hear
people started
about
leaving Diamond.
numbers until it's too late. Like
Yeah,
I
right.
didn't know what the heck Acolyte was doing. I'm not a Star Wars fan, by the way. This is why I didn't talk on the Acolyte, except for the one cringe scene that I thought was funny. The power many, like I thought, like yeah, that was pretty bad. But I can't speak to the quality of the show because I didn't watch it. But then they were like, "Oh, the Acolyte's doing well. It's doing well. It's doing well." I'm like, "Okay, so it's doing well." And then all of a sudden, like, "Yeah, dog, we had to cancel." And I'm like, "Wait, I thought it was doing. What's
Right.
going on? I can't see the numbers."
But I guess in Concord there's like real time metrics and stuff,
Yeah,
where
at
you
least
can
for
tell.
Steam. For Steam. Because I
Yeah.
don't know if they have real time metrics for PS5.
We have new people in the chat. We got
Hey, what's
what's the
up? What's
chat?
up, y'all?
Is that Call of Duty? The COC COD? The COD? COD?
COD. We'll just say COD for now. We'll shorten your name. Sorry about that. But it said looks cool. Reminds me of Dante. Thank you. Thank you. That's the only I'm trying to do. Look, man, I'm trying to do something with this boy's hair.
Right. You know,
I'm trying. I'm trying.
yeah, I
This
don't
is
know
this
what's
is
going
the
on with
most difficult.
this.
It's funny. Amari was not as difficult. I thought Amari would have been difficult, but it wasn't.
This dude is wilding.
Nah, but you know who's gonna be harder than this that I'm not gonna do? Tupperware head, as dude in the other video likes to call him. I'm not doing
Coco
that.
artist, yeah. Coco artist says 600 people. Wow, that was totally worth it to alienate millions of gamers.
I don't know what they were thinking.
100 million bucks for
$100 million
600
dollars.
for 600 people.
Somebody in the
Who knows? Maybe like the numbers are that way for all this kind of stuff. Like, what's the real numbers of Velma? Like, I mean, I guess we'll find. I mean,
hey,
maybe
hey, hey, hey,
October
wait. What happened with Velma season two? I almost forgot about that.
might be out, but like,
No, I know it's out. Like, what happened with? Is it? Are we getting renewed? Is there a season three? I know there's not a season three, y'all.
Brina's here. She says, "Do you think I should try my hand at redesigning some of these Concord characters?"
So somebody on Twitter said it would be funny if this became a trend.
Well, I'm
So for
giving
that, I
people
say, I
ideas.
mean, feel free to go for it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was they were trying to subvert expectations of like instead of games in the past or something, like, where it'd be like some classically attractive person or something, and they're like going to
Right.
be the alt version of that. But
Yes.
little do they know that's been like the vibe of the past 10 years, trying to
Yeah, like
subvert, like,
yeah, subverting
and
expectations. We tired. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because we haven't seen the expectation in such a long time. Like, there's a new generation that probably hasn't even grown up with the expectation to the
Right.
degree that previous generations did. You know,
Yeah, that
they just
subvert
like,
expectation is kind
yeah,
of
it's like they know about, like, what, maybe like Halo and Call of Duty and like Resident Evil games, and the new Korean titles, but like
mm,
back then that was like the norm, that kind of stuff. It's just nowadays they just know about like the subversion of the expectation. The characters are too quirked up that they don't realize like this was, that's actually the subversion at this point.
yeah.
So much so, like, I mean, that these Korean games are like getting the most attention this year.
I do have to. I'll make a.
These games from Asia, I should say, because now the Chinese with the Black Myth Wukong,
I,
they're just drawing like,
oh, Black Myth Wukong, man.
supermodels, like, for the side characters.
Yeah,
And people are probably thinking, wow, what an innovative concept.
it's innovative now to like make something aesthetically pleasing. It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous.
If it's like a Stellar Blade, maybe you get one character that's like some bombshell, but then like now we're gonna have like 5 characters that are like, all the characters are like that.
I mean, it's Korea. Korea ain't got no chill.
Yeah, Korea no chill,
No
especially in their
chill.
music too. Like, they
You
just have a
imagine
factory of like these.
going up to a Korean company talking about some like, yo, I thought we were thinking of making this like, this character a little more dialed down, like a little subversion. Maybe I think we could find something else attractive. They're gonna look at you like, what you say? It, excuse me. I know you didn't just say what you think. Listen, anyway, we're gonna call in 10 models.
Yeah, they're just cranking them out like a factory, like in these girl bands and these boy bands,
Right.
ETS and
Hang on, yo.
Blackpink. They just like, they got a tons of people looking like that, trying out to be in the next, group. They all weigh like 90 pounds.
Right. Hang on, yo. What
They
she
teach
got?
them how to dance like these complicated dances and stuff. They probably own them since birth. They probably like own them like as children in an orphanage, and they train them to like be like some kind of like K-pop superstar,
Right.
like some kind of like CIA training or something. Brina says, "Hell no, there's not going to be a season 3." I think she's talking about Velma.
Oh. Oh. Breaks my heart.
Man, I thought it was going to go as long as Seinfeld or something. I was going to be on for 30 years, like The Simpsons or Family Guy or something.
Yeah.
Coco artist says, "Sean, my man, they were not thinking. They were tweeting, and was it tweeting 2016?"
Oh, like the I guess the designer.
Oh, yeah, they were like locked in maybe in that during that time when it was peak modern audience time. But over the years, the vibe has changed. And this is what I also want to talk about too, right? We want to talk about what we calling Sean and I are calling the corporate vibe shift that's happening right now
Oh yeah.
in Hollywood as they transition from the pandering, they transitioning from, I guess, whatever the modern
They're
audience
saying stuff that we were saying and now saying,
aesthetics.
yeah.
Yes, because the other day, didn't Jenna Ortega, the star of the new Beetlejuice movie,
Mm-hmm.
Superstar Wednesday,
Yes.
she was interviewed about if she wanted to be in a gender swap version of Edward Scissorhands. So the guy said, "You want to be in a whatever, Adina or Edwina Scissorhands or something like that?"
Mm.
And then she said, "No, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be like a girl version of a boy character. Everybody's doing that. I want to like make my own character or something." Like,
Right.
she said that she don't want to be like James Bond or Jamie Bond. Or I want to be like my own. I would like there to be a new badass character that is a woman from the start or something like that.
Right.
And that's basically what like YouTubers have been saying for like 10 years,
Yes.
and and getting dissed for, and now it's I guess acceptable because I mean I haven't seen it. It's maybe it's out there that there's like some kind of mob trying to wreck her now, Jen Ortega, but I don't think there
I
is.
haven't seen it, bro. I literally
I'm
haven't
guessing that
seen
the
it.
Hollywood agents are like telling their dogs to stand down, like heel, they're yanking the chain back on these journos from trying to ruin her life because these parent companies are losing too much cash.
Oh yeah.
So now they're trying to ease the yoke on America right now, in the corporate vibe shift. So they're going to make a commitment to be at least 10 to 50% less cringy and give you fan service, you know, to a small degree.
Yeah.
This is the promise, and you see it everywhere. I mean, you kind of see it in little
They're trying to
pockets
dial
and
it
stuff.
back. They're trying to dial it back, yo.
Right. Like you saw like Deadpool and Wolverine, they were
Yeah,
making fun of some of the
they allowed that movie to come out first of all, and yeah, they were making fun of you know, Disney and Marvel and
yeah, slightly, you know what I mean? And they're trying to say, all right, and the Snow White is coming out, and then they like digitally put in the dwarves, and now they're claiming they always did that. Like
that
the
was
old
always
Pee
going
Wee
to be the
joke.
case.
I meant to do that, when he fell off the bike. Yes, we have. It might be a good idea. Brina saying, sure, why not? Should probably just do 3 characters.
What?
Coco Artist says, personally, I believe that ship is already turning. I was on Instagram and saw a game commercial, and they had Red Riding Hood character, and it was not PC design.
Hmm.
It's true.
Interesting.
It's true. Also, we have a Red Riding Hood character that's not a
Oh,
PC design as well.
that is true. Hold on, let me bring that up on screen real quick. Give me a second.
You know,
By the way, if you
our
guys watch right now, if you could like the stream, that would be
Yes,
cool.
if you can like the stream, it'll help in the algo. Let people know that the show is still here. Um,
Oh, here we go.
Brina says you can subvert when subversion is the norm. What do people expect after 10 years of the same thing? Regardless of anything, you're gonna get sick of the same thing. Yeah, if you
True.
have burgers like every day, eventually, your colon gonna say, "Hey, yo, stop. It's too much."
I don't know. I could have took forever of 80s and 90s action movies with, that's just me. But
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
But
be
even that
done.
had to change. Like it had
Oh,
to
it did,
evolve
it
and it
did,
had
it,
to
yeah.
it had to grow and stuff. But still, the genre can exist,
Oh yeah,
bro.
just
But
you just evolve the action. I don't.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The
It's like
genre
anime. Like
stays.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like anime. Like you just like keep upgrading the art style and stories, but you just don't stop making anime at all. Like
Yeah. No.
yeah, this is our character. It's just from our book called Red, a Cyberpunk Fairytale,
Yup.
available at redcombook.com. The link is in the description. Tells the story of Red, a private security specialist for the Canis Corporation.
Mhm.
Canis is the genus root word for wolf. And it's an 88-page graphic novel. She's kicking butt and taking names in a sci-fi dystopian future.
There you go. So you guys can check it out.
That's right.
Just let you know. But yeah, that is Red.
That's right. So that's volume 1. Volume 2 is coming soon. I'm doing pre-press on that right
Oh,
now.
here she is
Making
again.
sure the
I think this was the last Red piece I did.
check this out. This is their piece. I like this one. This was like her doing a punch.
Yeah, this was me trying to learn.
How to do the
Yeah, just trying to learn new things. Which, by the way, y'all, I have, as confusing as it may be, I have another channel, which is an art channel, which is Digital Art Right. I'll give you guys a link for that. On that channel, it would be more and art commentary. It's funny, I guess a Concord talk could be also art commentary, but But yeah, I'll post a link for that. So it's here, React and Draw, and then digital art, right? But yeah, this is red once again. So let me see. Let's return back to. For those who didn't see it earlier, this was the Amari that I did yesterday.
And Coco Artist says nice work
Oh, thank you, thank
on
you, thank you,
Red Hood. On Red Hood. Skullface says great comic. There you go.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very nice. Power 900 says Jenna Ortega before the Scream joint, mind you. And Hollywood getting mad at her during Halloween 2023.
Did they get mad at her? I know there was some controversy with and why she couldn't go on to the next screen, but
Well, they canceled I mean, like they're rewriting the thing because they fired one of the actresses, and
yeah,
that was her friend. So, and then she said that she was busy on Wednesday, so she didn't want to return.
right.
And then they're bringing back Nev Campbell, so they're
Ah,
just like, oh, we'll just do what you know what works, and
gotcha.
paid her a bunch of dough. So that's what went down. But Jenna Ortega is like super popular right now.
Oh yeah. But they let her rock with that statement on, like, she wants to make her own thing. And I brought up on Twitter. Am I supposed to be calling this thing X? Yo, Elon, I'm sorry, I can't do it, bro. Like, I can't do it, man. I
Gotta
can't.
do
I can't
it.
X. So I made a post on X. Nah, I made a tweet. I tweeted. That's what
You made an X. You made a Zeet.
I can't. I can't do it. Yeah, so I made a tweet earlier this morning, and I was like, hold on, bro, because I'm kind of a little what's the word? I don't want to say upset. Like I'm not mad or anything, but I just got a little question that why in 2015 when Michelle Rodriguez said, you know, quote unquote minorities need to get their own characters and make their own projects, you know what I'm saying, and stop like swapping. And yeah, society wasn't feeling that at all. I'm like we had to sit there and literally explain, and she went back and like apologized or whatever. But now, fast forward into the future, 2024, Jenna Ortega says it, and everybody's like, yes, word. Nah, where was that energy? Nah. Keep that same energy. Never forget. Never forget.
That's the thing too. I'm telling you, in the vibe shift that corporations are going through right now, they're gonna make you forget. They're gonna make it
They ain't
like
gonna
they
make me
never said
forget.
that. They're gonna gaslight. They probably ban some channels, so like all those videos will be lost in time
Right.
to make you feel like, wow, did this really happen? Maybe I was making it up that they didn't, that they were yelling at me like the corporations, and maybe they were like, maybe they were cool all along, and if I would have just played ball a little bit, they would eventually gave me what I want to see. They're gonna try to erase the past 10 years, bro. I'm telling you.
Um.
Some will go back because they have no alternative. They want their Star Wars to come back, and they want, it's like, what else are you gonna do for the consumer? The only alternative is to make your own thing that's unapologetically like cool, so that the consumer doesn't have to pander, or have to negotiate with terrorists to get like cool stuff.
See, that's what I say. Now the funny thing is bringing Concord and stuff like Dustborn back into the conversation and melding it with this conversation. It's funny. And the funny part is, right? How do I explain this? The argument was like, listen, don't, swap characters based on gender or sexuality or race. Like make your own characters. And as an artist, I believe in that as well, right? And then they started finally making their own stuff. Now, it was always a hypothesis of mine that the reason that they want to jump onto other IPs is so that their ideas would sell more because it's on something established, and that maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't sell on an original idea. And then Dustborn and Concord were created, and I was like, oh wait, I was right.
I guess maybe them doing their ideas through an IP, the IP itself was the only thing like keeping them from flying off the rails, like with their uncommercial ideas.
Right. Now, we old, y'all. We come from like, the 80s and 90s. I don't actually understand this stuff, right? Like everything is very racial nowadays. Like, oh,
Yes.
this
Oh
meet
yeah.
this quota, and then like you got like I've seen so many race hate quotes from all sides, okay, left and right. Now like everything is so emotionally charged, and I'm just like, can y'all just shut up? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I don't understand the entertainment conversation because I'm just like, bro, like I've seen we literally we grew up in an era where you had what is so yeah Predator come out, it's Predator 2 starring Danny Clover. Then you had we had action movies like Action Jackson, and then we had Face Off, and then we had uh um 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 um, um
I'm talking about
long
action movies.
yeah, I'm just talking about entertainment in general, like just
Yeah,
entertainment in general.
Lethal Weapon
Lethal
one,
Weapon,
two,
Lethal
three.
Weapon, yeah, one, two, three,
RoboCop.
RoboCop, freaking,
Yeah.
Long Kiss Good,
Terminator 2, True Lies, Total Recall,
Long Kiss Goodnight,
All Kiss Goodnight,
freaking,
everything, bro. Under Siege, Time Cop, whatever.
what's the
Like
joint with
Hard
how
Target.
48
You
hours,
have like,
another 48 hours.
that's right. Sean and I are like,
Yeah,
the only fans of another.
unapologetically like another 48 hours. Over 48 hours, okay?
That's wild. I mean,
That's probably a super
it,
statement. I don't care.
I don't know if anyone in the chat ever seen 48 hours, much less a 48 hours, but I will say this. 48 hours is a film, I guess it technically, in terms of plot, better than another 48 hours.
Yeah.
Although another 48 hours, as ramshackle that plot is, it is aesthetically a strong effort from Walter Hill in terms of the action and the visual impact of the stunts.
Yes. But getting back to the point, you know,
Only 4 people in the world gonna
yeah,
understand
I
that one.
understand that. So one day somebody watch this stream that's like actually old enough to understand any of the crap we just said. Um
And they will agree that
right.
another 48 hours is a
Yo,
lost
a mystery
action
person
classic.
that's gonna watch this in like 5 years, another
In
48
5
hours
years,
is
we will be vindicated. We will be vindicated on our stance on another 48 hours, the movie starring Nick Nolte and Eddie Murphy. We will be, even Eddie Murphy will clip this stream and he will say, I always
See,
knew that
yo,
movie was
boom,
good.
boom. Mama Bear says I love another 48 hours. All right, there we go. The end.
There you go. You know what I'm
The end.
saying?
The end.
Like,
The end.
we would, another 48-hour defender. That makes 3. That
Matter of
makes
fact, we
3.
don't even have to go back that far. I could go to the Matrix. The point, you freaking
Sure.
shows. You had Full House, and then you had a
Full House.
different world, and you
All
had
right, right.
now sitcoms. I'm mentioning like a
Oh,
bunch of like
everything. Yes, we're
entertainment.
living in like an entertainment buffet that would never end. It would never 24
The
hours a day,
point
bro. We're
is,
eating good.
never at any point in time in these movies or show history did anybody sit down to complain about race.
Right. There was even nuanced conversation about race in some of these
Yeah,
shows. Like, like remember Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they had Will, he went and he got the autobiography of Malcolm X, and then he started lecturing everybody in the house about how they're not pro-black enough.
yeah,
And then eventually, like, he started telling like the family and Uncle Phil, like, oh, he's a sellout because he's rich or something.
yes, I remember that.
And then Uncle Phil had to like sit him down and say, like, you spouting off all this stuff from the book, Malcolm X, and I'm glad you're reading this book, but I'm gonna let you know I worked damn hard to get here and I
Mm,
came from nothing. So you read one book and that's cool, but you need to read all the books
mm.
or you start coming at me like that. You know what I'm saying? And then Will had to change, you know what I'm saying? He had to
Yeah,
change his attitude. He had to stop being so strident about his opinions. And that was a lesson back then where it's like, yo, stop lecturing me, bro, because you're not educated on the real situation, 1, and 2, you're coming off like a jerk and you fighting the wrong people. Like, it was like
To be honest, there's some stuff that probably die off. Remember the episode when Carlton was trying to get into that? Was it what like?
Yeah, that fraternity. He was
Yeah,
trying to
the
join a black
fraternity,
fraternity,
and they tried
and
to
they
say he
told him
wasn't black enough.
right, and
You
Will had to
literally
defend
can't
him.
have
And
that anymore because right now, whatever I'm saying right now is probably not black enough. So it's like,
black and said black trademark. Like there's a way to be
yeah,
blank, and
the
it's like
copyright
and it's
black.
subject to change, like Facebook terms of service, like at any time. Like what's black now may not be black or was black last week. So you got to upgrade the blackness. You need to get an expansion pack on blackness.
Oh, I can't
You
keep
need
moving
to,
on
get your World of Warcraft money and pay for the new battle armor to be more black in 2025.
I need a new black DLC.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Did black did black run out of DLC when
I think it is running out of DLC. I think they might like recall it like Concord, like they might recall blackness in
I felt like it
2025
ran out
because
of DLC when like Patrice Cullors bought the mansions and Black Lives Matter money.
and Diddy, like the
Oh, I
Diddy
forgot.
situation.
Good
Because
grief.
Diddy has this had this channel Revolt TV, which was I guess to instruct people how to be black and what to think and stuff. And then
Mm-hmm.
he got caught up in this madness where he's like trafficking people or something. That's what I saw on the news. Like he's
I still don't even
allegedly
know
like he was
what came
raided
of it.
by
Yes,
the
yes.
feds
Mm-hmm.
and all this and yada yada. And now where's that? Where's that segment that so now we're like losing black leaders left and right. So I guess it's like on some free fall tip
It's the Wild Wild West now.
where anyone could be the leader. Like Sean could be the leader next. Like you don't know. Like he could probably rise up. You wearing glasses right now. You could be the next Malcolm X,
All
maybe.
right, cool. So as the leader, right, I'm gonna say the new black leader, can we stop making cringe things? That's it.
It's
That's
true.
the only command. Like stop, no more cringe. No more cringe. Also, by the way, on the same point, like there's some game coming out, and I think Makani, I don't know if he's still in the thread. Or the chat. My bad, y'all. I gotta go back and read the chat. I know like, y'all leaving a
Yeah,
lot of
Young is here. What's up?
What up?
How's it
What up?
going?
Can we? Can I'll keep it on video games on this one. Can we stop making main main diverse characters and then making it cringe? That's just making us look cringe. Like that's annoying.
Yeah, they
Like
somehow made like black synonymous with
we're
cringe.
cringe. You just see a
Like
black person like, oh, cringe. I'm like, yo, fam. Like, I don't even want to be associated with it. You think I want to be associated with Dustborn?
it's crazy though. It's like the even like in movies, like the last male black action hero that was not in a superhero movie was what Michael B. Jordan in that Tom Clancy movie or something for Amazon Prime. That was like the last time like a black man was doing like martial arts and using guns in an action movie context.
You're right.
Or
Because
Chadwick
I'm not
Boseman
gonna
in that
count
movie where he
Creed.
played the cop.
Oh, was it 21 something?
Yeah, 21 blocks. What how
Yeah.
it's called? I don't remember. No, that's Bruce Willis was 16 blocks and it was 21 bridges.
There you
21
go.
bridges.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I forgot about that.
But like
I didn't see
I
that
don't
movie. Was
know.
it any good? Did you see it? No.
It was serviceable.
Okay.
I think the Russos kind of produced it, so like the action was
Oh,
like kind of
all right. Say no
okay.
more.
It was okay. It was maybe that movie Plane with the dude from
Oh, I low key wanted to watch that.
co-starring with Gerard, the guy who played Luke Cage was in Plane. It was the last time they had like an
Did
action.
you see
Back in the
Plane?
day, it was like Wesley Snipes was like the guy.
I mean, we got no stars now too, because back in the day, you would say to yourself, "Oh, I gotta go see the new Wesley Snipes."
Because Wesley was gonna be funny. He was gonna like do some martial arts. He was gonna chew the scenery. It was gonna be a good time for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see the chat. Let me see what's popping in the
Yeah.
chat. We got Coco Artist says, loving your anime art with those strong shadows. It's been an inspiration to me while I've been working on my comic book ideas.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Sean likes he's
Yeah, I'm animated
always
out.
scribbling something. and we're trying to get Sean to do like an animation for you guys, maybe one day, even a
Yeah,
pencil test.
yeah.
That'd
I'll
be
have
solid.
to. I'll have to. I'm because I have Procreate Dreams, y'all. I
Yeah, you gotta live your
just
dreams.
haven't.
Make your dreams. Mama Bear says, Young is here. He says, God bless the archivers. They're gonna hit the masses with the Mandela effect. Oh yeah, that's definitely happening.
That's and I'm like, yo,
What?
you cannot trick me, okay? Like I seen it. I
In
saw it before.
Concord, you never saw that. That was myth.
No, never forget.
We never yelled at you for not seeing the Charlie's Angels movie. What are you talking about? That psyop actually happened. Like, actually did happen. Like,
That's a fact.
the director of the movie was like, I never said that. Like, what are you talking about? In fact, I'm with y'all. I'm tired of them marketing like female
Like
action movies like
imagine you at one side of
in
an
a
aisle
bad
and be
way.
like, yo, I'm tired of all this stuff. And then like you see the guy that the creator, yeah, me too. And I'm like, what are you doing over
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Like,
What? The programmer from Concord? What? Yeah,
yeah, I hate all
yeah.
that
This,
stuff too.
yeah,
Like, whoa, 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 buddy, what are
yeah.
you you gonna have to back up and explain yourself. Like
I'm with you now.
you
It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like
and I'm gonna be very annoyed when it happens. Like
the vibe shift. You're gonna see a lot of stuff happening.
yeah, I was always down with with not having cringe. Like I was always down with cool
I'm
aesthetic. No,
with
you
you.
weren't. No, you were
I'm,
not.
except it's not gonna be down with you. I think even that may be too
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wish fulfillment. I think what
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
say
do is
like,
just gonna
yo,
have a fake version of YouTubers or something and put them on real TV.
ah,
Like it's gonna be like the corporate version of like heels versus babyface, and he'll
ah.
and he'll like be coming on after uh the Tonight Show or something. Like it's gonna be like, hey guys, guess what? We hate the pandering, right? Remember the '90s? Remember Wesley Snipes? We can do it again. We're gonna have a Wesley Snipes legacy film. It's already happening, bro. That's what Ryan Reynolds already said. They're already creating the parallel the parallel thing, the whatever universe, the corporate version, bro. They're already doing it. It's happening.
Words can't express how frustrating it is.
They've got to do the corporate version of every YouTuber that's been sounding the alarm for 10
It's
years
gonna be like
and make it like it's always been that way. Look at
go.
this new innovative thinker that I found. Let's put They're gonna find some TikTok influencer to be like the new Gothics. They're gonna get like another
Bizarro Gothics is like
yeah, they're gonna find another black woman with that wearing alt scene outfits, and they're gonna put them on TV and say that
if they do that, I'm gonna
they
make a
were just
YouTube.
about creating original characters, bro, and we got to join their fight to make original black characters. Bro, I don't know, man. I put my shoes into like these people, and I already know the boardroom meetings are happening right now for this stuff. They're scanning all the YouTubers for ideas, and they're like saying, "I need a corporate version of that guy." I can't go to that guy because I already blacklisted him, and you know, it's like a bad date on that. It's like one of those like cringy memes on Instagram. Like you don't love me at my worst, and you don't get me at my best, or whatever they say. Like
Oh my gosh.
so, since the YouTubers didn't love them at their worst, they can't be there. So they got to make a fake version of them to love. It's like building like a sex doll or something.
I just hold on. I just gotta say that is probably one of the most annoying predictions that you've made, and you're right. And when it happens, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Like
Yes, industry plans.
I'm gonna report on it. In fact, we're gonna report on it right here and be like, yo, look at this fake.
Mm. Be prepared. Be prepared. It's weird times happening. Anything can happen, guys.
Yo, I'm not. Bro, listen. The next Illuminati shift is just.
Yeah, the new psyop. Coco Artist says I was watching a video of Afro Samurai by Bonsai Pop and about the last third. As A white man, what started it? Samurai story. Wait, Afro Samurai? Oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one either. Gotta check it out.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Assassin's Creed, they just a lot of stuff happened like this year.
Oh, I
August
heard.
was a weird time, and like the
Yeah,
summer
I
was
forgot
weird.
about Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan, y'all, so I can't keep abreast of Star Wars. But I know people don't like Ubisoft, but apparently that game's not selling well either.
I think like just like everything's happening at the same time. Like all these projects are being released back to back to back in video game and movies and TV shows, like back to back to back weirdness. Like and it's hasn't stopped. Like Kevin Feige had to stop now. He's like, "You're fired. Robert Downey Jr. is in. We're just gonna make Deadpool movies
They're so
forever."
afraid to not be cringe. They had to get Robert Downey Jr. back and it to play. They could have used
And
Matt.
the Russos.
It's like the Russos. I don't mind. They're directors. You need them. They need them. But I'm like Robert Downey Jr. did not have to be Doctor Doom. My God, like that did not need to happen. Talking about the rumor was like they were gonna pick Mads Mikkelsen. I'm like, why wasn't it Mads? What are we doing? It's funny
Yeah.
they ruined that Blade movie, which I'm like, just don't make the movie because if you're not gonna do Blade justice, I don't want to see it. And then Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds is just like, well, we gonna make OG Blade. I'm just like,
Really?
we got a OG Blade before we got the Blade movie and before Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alpha
bullshit.
Proto says, I remember hearing activists complain that Nick Fury was not good enough for the MCU. They said he is a blackface. He doesn't present blackness. I'm tired of the idea of blackness. Well, it could change at any time. So you got to get upgraded, got to
Yeah,
get a BET.
the DLC's coming.
Yeah. You got to get a BET Plus account, maybe, though. Hope. It's very difficult
Does BT
to
have a
know.
Plus account?
Yes, it does, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Not black enough, so I guess you.
Oh yeah, I don't know. My black card's been stripped away. Yeah.
But you can buy it back for like a subscription service for like $30 a month. You can earn your blackness back one microtransaction at a
Yeah.
time.
Well, it's good to know.
Yeah, it's always on the table. Power 900 said the same Charlie's Angels reboot that got promoted at the last minute. Yeah, it wasn't promoted very much, and I don't know what's happening with these Hollywood movies. It's pretty wild. Young says, meanwhile, Japan, despite not having a lot of black people or any other race, makes stereotypical characters, but cool. For example, Street Fighter. Yeah. And black people love it. They love Elena. They love DJ. They love the characters, man. Capcom. Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, I forgot I did that Sheva piece too, which by the way is
Yeah, Sheva,
also on the
Ada
other channel.
Wong. They love minority characters. They'll do like white people. They're doing everybody. Like they're doing,
Yeah.
in terms of
Apparently, we gotta wait for the East to do something because the first
yeah,
Descendant has
yeah,
great looking black characters.
yeah. The East will now handle the diversity because America can't handle like doing minorities unless they're all quirked up.
Like Dustborn.
Yeah, like Dustborn. That's why it's like they can't make the Blade movie. They were just like, what? He's just cool.
Like yes.
He's a black guy that's cool. He doesn't have like a
You
funky
know why?
haircut.
Because you can't put a message in Blade. Like you can't put the cringe in Blade. So now they're like trying to figure out like, wait, so how do we? I'm like, you don't. He's a guy who's half vampire in a trench coat, kill vampires. The end. It's not is not rocket science. Like
Yeah. Like they couldn't make up a message that they wanted to tell. Like so they had to make up.
Blade.
Remember they would have Blade have a daughter.
Oh,
So now Blade was going to be a deadbeat dad trying to reconnect with his daughter.
Yeah. They need to just can that movie, bro. I don't want to hear no more about the Blade movie. Kevin, the movie's over. Let it go.
Mama Bear said, "I cringe when I see a female lead because I know it will be declared woke trash, regardless of actual content, which hurts me because I love the femme fatale type."
Hey, femme
Yeah,
fatale is
it's
good.
true. It's like, yeah, it's like they're making it so synonymous with cringe,
Yeah.
and because they do it the same way, and then people just, I hope people are gonna have like some kind of like knee jerk reaction when they see like minorities, like, and they're gonna be like, no, can't risk it, can't risk it.
And some
Inadvertently, they're
people,
doing that in nowadays,
yeah,
like in
yeah.
some weird way, because they know like they cannot just have like a character who's black just going on adventures. They have to make it into something. Because they're like, what? He's just gonna go on adventures? I can get that from a white show.
I'm like, but
And it's like that's how they see like these minority characters, or it's just weird to me. Like it's like, yeah, Blade, he fights vampires. Okay, he's still him. He's still like, he tried to put in little hood stuff and
but
he like,
how do I put him in a BLM rally? Like, no,
right. It's like when they do the reboots of all these characters in comics, they
no.
have to like, you know, make it a thing at all times. That's why people are like, I don't know about this new Captain America movie. I don't know.
It's
But maybe they exercised all the cringe out of it or something.
with all those reshoots.
Yeah, yeah,
And I
you
like
know.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, I know. I think Anthony Mackie's kind of underrated. Like, in fact, I saw him on a few talk shows promoting like those movies, like the Avengers and whatnot,
Hmm.
and he is funny. And I don't think any movie's really taken advantage of his comedic potential. Like he was improving like on like the Jimmy Fallon show and some of these talk shows,
Hmm.
Conan O'Brien back in the day. And I don't know, they have him as like some super serious dude.
Yeah,
And they should have him like riffing more,
they
snapping on
should.
people. Anyway, Power 900 says the Tumblr takeover already killed Cartoon Network. True.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that became the new aesthetic for America. As young people were like gathering towards anime and stuff, like the Tumblr version of animation, like
Yeah.
that style took over. Um, let's see. Pound 100 says those two reboots of the Powerpuff Girls CW leaked scripts and weird 2016 animation. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls was shelved. Some things could just go away. Like, they can get a big fanfare and then they just like are
Yeah.
shoved. Now what they do is another thing is like how they announced that those Avengers movies with Kang,
Yes.
they announce these things like in advance. Now they just announce other movies and just say, "Oh, we're not doing that anymore," and they don't have to tell you why officially, because
I
the
mean,
reason
we,
why is
we already know
embarrassing.
why.
Right. That's why they get ahead of the problem. They know they're gonna be like, it's gonna look weird when they say they have to cancel something and they don't want to talk about Jonathan Major's legal problems.
Right.
So they have to get Robert Downey Jr. to distract you from asking those questions. You're like, what? And have you like, which is good idea.
Mm.
Before they're gonna be like, hey, wait a minute, you guys messed up your perfect record or something with these movies. And he's like, here's Robert Downey Jr. And then like thousands of people in Hall H and Comic Con are soy facing in real time.
Right.
Pound and Hunt, so many writers and directors left Blade. Skullface says Sean is really upset about this Blade movie. I'm sorry.
Man, listen. Okay. It just all he had to do was not mess around with Blade, Daredevil, and the Punisher. That's all I asked from Marvel. I mean, even though I know that America in that aspect is a lost cause, but I'm just like, can if you're gonna mess it up, just don't do it. I'm mad that they're still trying to do. Like, don't do it. Just stop, Kevin. Put it down. Put the pen down. Let it
See,
go.
the thing is, they have to get people who it's you have to stop. They have to start just thinking about like slam dunks
Yeah.
and let some of these Marvel things are so corporate controlled because they have to fit in with their whole multiverse stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Whatever grand story they're trying to create. it's like they should like Blade. They should just at this point they should just call directors up and just say you can do whatever you want with this character.
Yeah,
Like they should just call up uh the guy who directed the Raid, Gareth Evans,
yeah. And I was just
and just
watching
say
Gangs of London the
and
other day too.
Gangs of London, the TV show, and just say, hey, make Blade. You know, you did some horror stuff. You did a little horror short in the VHS movie a few years back. So then why don't you do Blade? You can do whatever you want, and then you can go to the guy who directed Extraction, and then he can make a Punisher movie or something,
I would be perfectly happy with that.
and just have like John Berthal in his biggest feature film yet, like just doing rated R stuff to people with like actual stunt work.
I saw some report the other day talking about like, oh, the Daredevil, what is it called? Born Again
Mm-hmm.
is gonna have the most brutal scenes in any Daredevil project ever, and I'm just like, yo, fam, I don't care, like, because if you injected cringe along with these brutal scenes, then it's just
See, we don't know yet because I have a feeling this. They said there was a lot of reshoots on that project too.
yeah.
So maybe this was like I don't know, something's happening at Disney. We'll see what happens. We'll see what shakes out. Young says, "I swear, after Tumblr banned the not safe for work, the entertainment industry went downhill." Well, I guess when they banned it, a lot of people migrated from there and like
Yes,
went to
yeah.
everywhere, and then um, I don't know what's going on
And
now.
then we got
It's
Thundercats Roar. Remember?
is Cartoon Network still making? I always talk about they're having problems, but it's like these. I think like the Cartoon Boomerang channel went away, and I don't know.
I haven't been keeping up.
We're gonna have to do a stream about like the state of animation in the United States because it's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That's right. Sabrina says, "Side note, but how do you? But do you?" Says, "But you know how you felt about Blade having a daughter in the movie. That's how I feel about Boruto."
You know what's funny? I haven't watched Naruto, but I saw a report about Naruto right before I came on the stream talking about why he didn't work as a main character. I'm like, oh wow, okay. I didn't know he was such a hot button character.
It's like I don't know. In theory, like I guess Blade could have he could have a daughter if the daughter was cool and all this,
But she's not.
right? And I mean, judging from whatever Disney was putting out, it was probably gonna go in a lame direction.
Yeah,
Like like they have like tropes now. The new trope is like fangirl or fanboy
yeah,
character. Like I'll explain. Like in Hawkeye, like Kate Bishop, she's like
yeah,
fangirling over, oh my god, you're Hawkeye. And like even the Captain Picard show, they had Alison Pill, she was like, oh my god, it's Captain Picard or something like that.
yeah,
You're the best. And then there's some plot to her character later, but whatever. And this was like the character, and then it's always the same thing too. It's always like they have the character and they're like the biggest fan
yeah,
of the main character, like Hawkeye. And then by the second episode, they're being sarcastic with Hawkeye. And then they're like lecturing Hawkeye. And then they're like, like things like that. Like it turns on you know, it was becoming like a thing, especially with Marvel, like Loki. And then they had like female Loki.
yeah.
And then
Oh yes. How could I forget?
and then they're like partners, and then like then it just ends up being that way. So the like, Blade was daughter is probably gonna like pal around and tell him that he's being a goof because he's serious and she's
Yeah, yeah.
whatever, dude. And plus, like I don't know, like if he knew about his daughter from jump, maybe, but like if we don't want to see like Blade being some kind of deadbeat
No, nobody wants to see
because
that.
he's still like a superhero.
Yeah.
He's just like leaving his seed everywhere.
Like, yo,
I
Blade,
mean,
what you
Batman,
doing?
I guess, did that too. So he had some kid that he didn't know about. So
I mean, first incarnation of Damien wasn't his fault. So,
oh, that's true. True that.
yeah, there was
Um, yeah, I never understood. What's it say? Alpha Proto says that's how Homeboys in Outer Space was made. This is how some brothers would be in space. Yeah. There's something like saying, like, because sometimes it could go crazy. Because I remember, like, they were saying, like, oh, you don't want people to be, you know, avoiding blackness, like they're trying to, like, trying too hard to, like, code switch up.
Right. Yeah.
But then, like, when you're making Homeboys in Outer Space, maybe it's time to, like, sit back and think about what you're doing. That's a reference right there, Homeboys in Outer Space.
Throwback. We old.
Coco artist said many forgot that 2000 to 2011 was good times for Western action cartoons like He-Man, Ninja Turtles, Motor City, Generator X.
I want to go back and watch that era because that was like when Ninja Turtles had that, and Thundercats I think had
Yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
didn't last long, the He-Man and the Thundercats ones, but
Right.
they were well received, like critics and the fans that did watch it. It's like the fandom that, like, I guess Concord will not have, They're not gonna
Nah.
say like it was unfairly canceled.
Now with this 700 people, excuse me, 697.
But yeah, it's a thing. It was because, like, I don't know, even though like the day-to-day animation hasn't been like created in America in years, so
Mm-hmm.
it's been outsourced. We could at least like come up with a concept and do storyboards of like things that people wanted to see and write.
Yeah.
Now we're losing like the ability to write anything like in
Which
a
it,
conceptually and like to be outsourced in another country.
it's like we got to relearn or something.
Yeah. Now we have to just get our stuff straight up from Asia. Storyline,
So I
concept,
do. The last thing I bought,
execution, the whole thing.
was Black Myth Wukong. People
Right.
and people like, don't buy it just because you want to be anti woke. I'm like, no, bought it because the trailer looked good. Like, as a
Yeah.
consumer,
Now
like,
people are straight up buying games from China. Like, you know what I mean? If this country gets in a war with China, like, over Taiwan, we're gonna have a problem with these video games not being cool. Like, we have to start.
I'm like, damn, what am I gonna play now?
Yeah, what are you gonna play now? Like, it's gonna be wild.
Play Dustborn 2, Revenge of the Dust.
Coco artist said Boomerang rocked. Yeah, the app went away. Yeah, I don't know. Is America okay, bro? Is the
I don't
inflation
know.
shutting everything down? What's going on?
Hey, turn them printing machines off. That's
Facts.
like stop.
What's cool? I like watching like old cartoons. Like, you go on like Amazon Prime or like any of these like free channels.
Mm-hmm.
They'll like have some channel dedicated to just running like older cartoons from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and they were entertaining. Alpha Proto said people want Snipes back as Blade, but if they replace Ali, they will use it as an excuse to use the scripts he rejected. It will be a blessing for MCU to try it and to not try and please Ali with the script.
That's a good point.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's just I don't know. It's hard because like we don't live in that era anymore where like Blade was made
Yeah.
when music was trying to be cool and fashion, like trench
That's
coats,
why.
sunglasses, listening to techno in the club and listening to like trip hop music,
That's why they couldn't make
gangster
this Crow
rap.
movie.
Like being urban was the ish, like back then. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a thing,
No.
you know. And it was buttressed by like other movies. Like it was like Matrix came out around the
Yes.
same time. Like Blade 2 came out. Like Blade 2 came out a year after the Matrix or something. Like,
Damn, you're right. Damn, that's not a
so if you want to learn how to be cool, you just look next door and you'll find clues. It's like why The Crow sucked, because like how you gonna make The Crow devoid of any other movies like The Crow?
they made a Crow in its own in a foreign world.
Yeah. It's like, dude, is there any other movie that's trying to be dark and gothic or action? What context? It's not even an action movies being made, without being a superhero movie. At least not to a degree that you
It's
would
not.
remember.
It's not on
Like
digital.
this John Wick and like what, the Beekeeper or something. Like how's
We had
but
John
that's
Wick. We
gonna be
had the Raid
inspired.
movies a long time ago. Well, and now
Yeah.
now I guess we have uh, sh- uh Gangs of London.
How do you pitch that to a director, even if you knew about it? I mean, a producer. Let's say you're the director of The Crow, and you're like telling the producer, "Yo, I need some money because I want this fight scene to be like The Raid." And
mm,
then you be like, he just says, "What's The Raid?" He's like, "Oh, it's one of the coolest action movies ever made. Can I show it to you?" And he says, "How much money you made, boss?" Not much, but I'm just letting you. We're not doing it. I'm not doing it. No.
that's-
How about John Wick? All right, we could do that, but I don't got the money for that. You could do like a third of John Wick. I got one third of that money. The
Yo,
rate costs for you look at the tape? No, I'm looking at that. It didn't make money. That's how these people are. It's like you know, back in the day, it's like, oh, the Crow. What's it like? Pitch me the Crow. Oh, it's like the city would look like Batman, and they're like, yeah, Batman made money.
yeah.
I know Batman. You're gonna make this look like Batman, or we're making this tomorrow. Who's in the soundtrack? I don't know these people. I'm old. I'm like beyond a boomer. 9 Inch Nails. Let me Google. They didn't have Google back then. Let me ask my my
Like you
assistant.
ever heard of a person named Trent Reznor?
Oh, he's got the number one album right now. Okay, well, definitely going to make this movie. Okay, it's good signs. Good signs. Now we're living in a void of cool. So how are you supposed to even
Yeah,
talk to these people?
there's no frame of reference. Hey, I
Yeah,
want to.
at least that broke through to the mainstream. Like there's like elements in society you could use to cobble together like a framework to make The Crow,
Mm,
but you got to be like super insidery and you really got to know what's going on. Oh, my action looking like The Raid. If you got to have a soundtrack, but you can't like get the people to because you got a low budget, so you can't get like 9 Inch Nails again or something like that. So you got to get like a guy who like a band now that's affordable and not like 9 Inch Nails, but still good. Get Perturbator on it, you get like Health on it, you get
you're right.
like
Yeah,
I don't know, whoever's like the new rock guys now that is you could at least be cool. I don't know. You can't can you get the Cure again? Probably not, but you can
nah,
probably
they
get
can't get
Dry
the cure.
Majesty. Well, you can get like
Yeah,
you could get if you want kind of a mainstreamy rock sound, you can get like Bad Omens or something to be on the
yeah.
soundtrack. That's like four people right there. It's like
I'll take a
five
Bad
people.
Omens instead of whatever song they put on that trailer.
Right. And you could probably get like, I don't know, some legacy acts to be on it. Anyway, legacy songs.
Let's speed through these because I gotta get up off here soon.
Yeah. Yeah, but Brina's not a fan of Boruto, not having it. He's
I mean,
arrogant, craves daddy's attention. She not feeling it.
I thought Naruto was arrogant, but
Guess Boruto is the next level.
that's even worse. I definitely can't watch that. I'd be annoyed.
That's right. Mama Bear says at this point, I want to see a black superhero running around singing, I'm black, y'all. I'm black. Blackity black. And I'm black, y'all. Yeah,
Blank.
CB4.
Blank man.
Blank Man reboot.
I've never seen
Name
Black Man.
remains. I watched it the other day.
I'll never see it. I feel like I'm missing part of history or something.
Probably. It's on Tubi.
Okay. Let me
Pound
see.
100 says Thundercats was mistreated from the start. True. Pound 100 says what higher ups of the Cartoon Network requested. Oh, hold up. Colloquial artist says Matrix Age of Fashion in action movies. Yeah,
Yeah, throwback. Throwback.
because it's a curated project. It's like everything is in sync.
Is is Daw the when you forget the Matrix Age of Fashion?
Yes, yes,
Is he
yes.
got the trench coat?
Oh yeah.
He's like Neo. He's like, for real? That's cool. Yeah, because he got a gun and a trench coat. Cool. What does he look like? Humpty Dumpty with a coat with a trench coat on. I'm like, I see. Now, what am I doing
When your action
this?
stars are like, I don't know, 6 years old, I mean, like now you're looking for the next generation. And there's no frame of reference. You can get hornswoggled into anything, as a producer. They'll be like, well, this is what people want to see.
How,
I'm like,
how,
okay.
how
But you
do
want
how
to
do I
see like
explain
a
this?
younger Tom Cruise, but okay.
How do I explain this to the media? Like you see, guys, it's like a brown version of Paul Blart Mall Cop with a
Yeah, that's
blue,
the ish. That's what people want to see. I got
like.
I got a TikTok reel of like a person with 5 million followers that says that this is the bomb.
That's
Okay. I thought, I'm a boomer. I don't know anything, so I'll agree. I thought people just like, a younger version of like, Kurt Russell or one of those people, but apparently they want this. So I'm not here to question the experts.
Lord have mercy.
I'm like, no, dude, you're getting deceived. Power 900 says, I've been saying this for years. Who's gonna be the Dwayne Duffy of tomorrow? I don't know, man. They won't allow you to be like they want you to be a caricature. Like if you black, they want you to be a
Yeah, I'm not supposed to
caricature.
create anything that I create. You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays now the vibe shift is happening, bro. So maybe they're open to
Fake.
like maybe they need assistance within these companies. They're like, can I get a minority that knows the deal? Like Jenna Ortega. You know what I'm saying? They're probably
See,
people who want to hire her more than
hold
ever before. They're
on.
like, thank you.
I,
Will you please help me in my studio from these psychos that I hired a long time ago? Can you please tell them to make quality stuff, not pander, please? Jenna.
I, I have a
Now
question.
now everybody's gonna try it, It's like Sydney Sweeney, she's trying to bring sexy back to movies.
Right.
And Hollywood loves it. They're like, please tell everyone that it's okay to be sexy again. Like it's just, so maybe since the vibe shift is happening, you're gonna see a little shift in Hollywood. I don't know.
Hold on.
Who
Oh, because I gotta get up off here soon, but I just have one sec. Oh, Brina, hold on. Let's see. Naruto's not arrogant. Oh yeah. That's why I know I gotta give the anime another chance, Brina. It said, does every character in Concord have a long coat? No, no, no. I mean, a lot of them do. I guess I don't know how many characters are in Concord anyway. Um. So for what you were just saying, Dan,
Yeah,
that's the part that kills me. Like
yeah.
when you're growing up as a young artist, you have the dream. I'm gonna draw for Disney one day. I'm gonna draw for Marvel Comics one day. I'm gonna draw DC one day. And then you grow up, and then you find out slowly but surely everything has just become cringe, and you're just like, I don't want to work. I'm gonna just work on my own stuff, which is cool. By the way, I applaud that for any creator. So you tell what you're trying to tell them, but then it's like I can't even take a side job. For those of you that know me well, can y'all imagine me working on the Concord team? What am I gonna do with that? Sean, can you design this? All right, boom, come back. I'm gonna end up like when Del Walker was complaining, like, "Oh, I tried to draw the girl like this, blah blah blah," but then they remixed it so much she became a grocery store auntie. So what you're saying is now all of a sudden they need the art director to do the shift back, like
Yeah, they need. Yeah, I don't know. It ain't easy. It's not easy to turn that tanker around. You got to turn it very slowly. You got to turn the whole
I need a black
ship
person.
very
The only
slowly, or
person
else
that
it's
I
gonna
know that could
crash.
do that that's in the industry is like uh Nicholas Draper Ivy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just have a feeling that it's still gonna be like a closed rank system. Like they're not gonna start hiring like YouTubers as consultants. I don't think they're just gonna analyze them from afar and then try and get someone that they feel super comfortable with to like fix their stuff to at least a manageable degree, so they can start earning a profit again until the next Scion. Where they start World War III and then
That's probably
to
gonna be
make a
the next
bunch of
Scion
like
too.
recruitment videos disguised as movies. Then maybe that's why the vibe shift is happening. They're prepping us for World War III, so they need
Oh,
to
because
make
they
some
need
action
like
movies.
dudes like
Right. Then he like in shape dudes in movies, representation. That when that happens, you know we're getting closer to
We
World
can't
War
put
Three.
Dawn in World War Three. Look at him. He not. Come on, some
Nah,
man is. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
no,
He's
no way,
no,
man. Nah, they're gonna
no.
start making like they're gonna start putting that dude from Reacher in movies and all that stuff.
Uh,
It's not easy, bro.
I'm not. Yo, I don't. Imagine getting hired as like some kind of like artistic consultant to like bring them back to where
You know,
design.
do it safely too because they can't handle like, all right, we're gonna make games exactly like Stellar Blade now. Like they're like, no, what? They can't do that. And it's like, I think it's like they're hardwired. Like that's like a sin, sinful to do.
Hey, look, I know there's gonna be a shift. Just watch out for the shift, y'all. I mean, it's going
That's
to be
right.
better, I guess, for us overall. In reality, like if you're a creator, just like start making your own stuff anyway, because I can't depend on mainstream entertainment. Like I really can't because I mean, look, they made a game that got canceled in 2 weeks. Like I don't know, they don't know what they're doing. They literally don't understand what they're doing.
But
They made a move. They made a reboot of The Crow that like is probably on digital right now on freaking Netflix.
probably. Oh man. But hey guys, if you enjoy
Yes.
the stream so far, like the video. It'll help us in the algorithm as any new viewers, shadow
Yep.
watches, just hit that like.
Hit the like, hit the subscribe.
That's
Um,
right.
now, by the way, for y'all who've seen me sketching down, I'm not gonna lie. I went through Amari pretty fast. Dawes, this is difficult. I don't know what to do with this dude, man. Who?
This is a whole other person in your drawing. It looks like Dante. I guess that's
It
what it
does.
would look like.
Yeah, I guess it does look like Dante. I probably should make him like a little like stockier or something. My man is like this is just another character. Like I just created a new character for fun at this point. He gonna be the brown Dante. Like I would have flown through it, but it's like my man got no information on his clothes. Like I don't know whether he's got like his shoes is like part of his pants or something. Which I don't know what he got on like 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 the bottom half of a spacesuit. This is a really bad design, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, if y'all get a chance, a couple channels y'all should check out. Sun Grand Studios. That guy's freaking hilarious, and he had critiques on all the drawings. He just had a video yesterday talking about this whole Concord getting shut down thing. And it's funny. It wasn't even advice to the studio like he did in his past videos. It was congratulating gamers for not putting up with the stuff we've been getting. I was like, oh, okay.
Mm.
Um, check out Makani Draws. You can check out Mama Bear Doll too. She has a channel as well. And I am going to give y'all the channel, the um, the all art channel that I have. Give me a second. I'll put it here in the chat. That channel you guys can check out. I only have 41 subscribers, so if you guys could feel free to bump that number up. So it's brand new. Like I just started it like when like 2.5 months ago or so. Here we go. Boom.
Yeah, it'll show Sean's art process, the time
Yeah.
lapse.
And I'm gonna start doing like, talking about like art process too and slight tutorials and stuff like that.
Mm.
But yeah, that's about it. What did we learn today?
Not much.
What, I don't know, what did we learn in the whole month of August up till now?
Yeah, that Hollywood and entertainment industry has been having too many flops back to back, and they will to rectify this. They are deleting games from existence, from history, and we predict, not confirmed, but we predict there will be a corporate vibe shift that
Of about like 10%.
yes, from 10 to
10%
15% less
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 cringe.
cringy. Right. 10% less cringy in order to get audiences to return.
Because they lost too much
And
money. They're losing too much money. $100
right,
million?
sure. But maybe this was like a honeypot operation to like get all the people like that they don't want to work there anymore working on this project so that when they fail they can like just blacklist them all from the industry.
Yeah. Because I mean, it was in development for 8 years, so it's like it's not like they could not like release Concord. They had to. And then what they gonna do? Like, what's Sony gonna do if they had to change your heart? It's like, hey guys, we looked at some of this stuff. Can you make it like a little cooler? To be like, what? And then yeah,
What? No way, man.
that would have been a whole like lawsuit or something.
That's right. I'm gonna sue you for harassing me to do that
So Sony
because
was
these
like,
characters.
let them release it. When it
Yes.
fails, we will cancel it and hire more capable hands. I don't know.
Right,
That's a
exactly.
conspiracy theory.
Yeah, exactly. To send a message to the industry. It's possible.
I mean,
Alpha
they
Proto,
might
Alpha
as well.
Proto said,
Yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Alpha Proto said, don't use social media as a focus group. Like,
Yeah, there's the lesson. Okay,
yeah.
especially listen. I ain't even gonna get overly political, but if you're gonna lean into a group, like you should make something for general audiences. You lean into one group, you're not gonna lean into a group that don't buy stuff. Like, come on, man. Legitimately do not believe in capitalism. What they gonna buy? like, what are we doing? They didn't show for the game. Duh. No, nobody did. They too
Coco
busy
Artist
playing
says,
Chinese games and Korean games.
yeah. So we learned that nothing was learned in the chat. Yeah, Coco Artist. Yeah, it's true. I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't. It's really like there is nothing to be learned. I guess it's just, Concord is just that's it. Concord. I've never seen this before. It is so wild. The game got yeeted out of existence. It's like
true.
anyway, y'all gotta go.
All right.
Get ready. I gotta go to work. I say
Going to
day
work right
job because
now.
yeah,
You're going to work right now drawing this Dante right now. This is
yeah,
what happens when you try to coolify
yeah. I don't know.
a character.
Dog was impossible. I knew. I was like, dog is impossible.
Challenge impossible.
Like it's.
He's wearing fisherman's boots. Yeah, it is some fisherman's boots.
Yeah, what is that?
Trust the gold is
And it's funny
fisherman.
because it didn't dawn on me like how ridiculous his design was until I started thinking about redrawing it. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I the only other character that's probably this impossible to draw is the one with the Tupperware head. Like that's like dead zone. Like you can't.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah, that. Rest in peace, Concord. All right. We will catch you next time.
mm-hmm.
Leave a like on
Thank
the way out of the on the way out of the video. And
thank you for stopping by.
yes, yes, yes. And yeah. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace out.